This is BHATIA from the Mighty Ducks Game Changer Show, and you're watching the ARROYO Show.
Come on in, you guys. Welcome to the show. This is the ARROYO Show. My name is Brandon Arroyo. If it's your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. What a guest we have for you here today. You can see them in the new Disney Plus reboot of the classic film, The Mighty Ducks. The 10-episode series starring Emilio Estevez and Lauren Graham is set to release this Friday, March 26th. Please welcome BHATIA. How are you today?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. It's so good to see you. And again, the fuzzy chair. I'm obsessed. It looks so cool.
Thank you. It's super comfortable. I love it.
I would imagine. It looks very comfortable and looks warm, too. Although it's getting a little warmer outside. I'm sure this winter that was an awesome place to be sitting. All right, so the Mighty Ducks is obviously a franchise that several generations now have known and loved. What was the vibe on set like for all of you younger actors jumping into this world? Were you familiar with Emilio in the original films before you guys started shooting?
Yeah, a lot of us knew of the show and a lot of us have seen them before, but in fact, I've only heard of them. So as soon as I got the audition, I watched it right away and I got hooked instantly to the amazing storyline. I find Gordon Bombay's character so empowering, and the way he brought this new underdog team to the championships. I really find that empowering, and a lot of the cast members love the show. I'm sure they all love it. If not, they're in trouble.
Right.
It's so great to be bringing it back and working with Emilio Estevez. He's such a sweet and humble guy, and he's super welcoming to bringing us to this amazing franchise.
Yeah, and that's so sweet that, like, you're in a position where not only do you get to experience the older movies for the first time, but then you go straight into stepping on set with Emilio Estevez. That's an amazing type of thing. So when you're getting prepared for a shoot like this, what was the training like to get ready to be out there on skates? Did you have any experience with ice skating? What was all that like?
For me, I used to be a figure skater, so I knew a little bit of what was going on the ice. And as soon as we got to Vancouver, a lot of us didn't know how to figure skate or play hockey.
Yeah.
So we had 2 weeks of hockey training by NHL players.
Wow.
So it was really amazing. I think we all perfected our hockey skills. But sadly, with the whole quarantine break, we had 6 months off for filming, and then we got back in August and had our 2-week quarantine, and then 2 weeks of more hockey training. So we really drilled down those hockey skills, and we played some fun games that really taught us a lot. And no, the coaches were really amazing, and every scene that we had on hockey, we just got a lot better. And we always play like hockey tag on the ice, and
that's
we
awesome.
Have lots of fun on the ice. And Emilio Estevez would come on the ice sometimes, and he's actually a really good skater.
Well, I mean, he's been on the ice for so long in so many movies. I would hope that by now he would have some of those skills. So that's good to hear that he does. And I would imagine that athletes that are in the NHL right now probably were fans of the original Mighty Ducks movie. Did any of them say to you, oh yeah, we used to watch this when we were kids? Or did they know that you were going to be in the next film?
For like other NHL players?
Yeah, so you said that there were some NHL players that were training you guys to get ready for the series.
Well, so those NHL coaches were brought onto the show to teach us all about hockey, and they were definitely big fans of the show, and they're such good hockey players. It's insane, the stuff that they can do. But no, they are really supportive of the show, and they'd always be on set choreographing our hockey scenes as well, and you know, what angles for the shot we'd use, and what our footwork would be and things like that. So they'd always be around. So we got like really close to them, which was really nice. And there were definitely lots of hockey scenes. So they were around, and it was great getting to film hockey scenes, especially because when you're on a show like this, you have so many different angles. It's not just like you're playing a hockey game and there's the audience or something.
Right.
You have all these like 3 different or 4 different cameras around you doing all these shots, and it's really amazing the angles that they've done, and I can't wait to see the final product.
And I mean, those products that Disney puts out are just amazing. Being part of a Disney project like this is really something special. What does it mean to you to be a part of all of this great new push for content that's coming out on Disney Plus?
Honestly, I think I'm still shocked that it's all happening. I love Disney Plus. All the shows I love are like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and High School Musical, the musical, the series. I love Marvel. So getting to be on Disney Plus and a streaming device as big as it is, and just keep growing every day, it's still a dream to me, and I can't wait for everybody to see what we've done. And what's so amazing is that since we're in quarantine, everybody's just at home and we're all watching TV and we're sitting on our couch watching streaming devices, which is a little helpful for us. And I have to say I've become a half couch potato.
Only halfway.
Only halfway. So I just can't wait to watch it again and see how it all came out.
Well, whether it's watching a series on Netflix or being a part of a series on Disney Plus, you're no stranger to being part of a series. You're currently on season 3 of Succession. What were you able to learn from that experience to now being a series regular on the Mighty Ducks?
I've honestly learned so much from being on the set of Succession. The actors on that show just teach me so much, and I basically grew up on that show. I was 9 years old when I filmed season 1, and now being 13 on season 3, I really grew up on the show, and the cast members, including Jeremy Strong, who plays my dad, and Brian Cox, who plays my grandpa, and Sarah Snook playing my aunt, and Kieran Culkin, and Alan Ruck, and Nicholas Braun, so many amazing people on that cast, and watching the success of Succession is really amazing, and it's still so unreal to me. It is really a dream to be part of that show, and they just teach us so much, and watching their whole process of acting is really inspiring because the characters that they play are so different than who they are in real life, and it's a pretty serious show, so I saw lots of stuff when I was younger. Lots of curse words that I knew I couldn't say, and like lots of yelling about like business. So I couldn't really watch the first season, but I only watched the episodes that I was in. Honestly, I didn't even understand. Like my parents would be cracking up on the floor, and I had no clue what was going on. But I mean, I understand it a little more now, and we've all gotten closer, which is really amazing. And they're all just so supportive of me and the guy who plays my brother, which is really amazing. But the difference for me between Succession and the Mighty Ducks is that on the Mighty Ducks, I'm a series regular, and on Succession, I'm a series reoccurring. So I'm not, involved in the show as much.
Right.
But still, I know the whole idea of filming, and every time, what I love about my whole acting career is that every time I kind of went up one small step, because I went from a guest to a series reoccurring to a regular, which is incredible to see, and it's still all unreal to me. But the whole difference of getting to be on the Mighty Ducks is that I'm more involved in the whole filming experience, and I know more about pre-production and post-production, and the directors and writers ask us for ideas, and I just feel more involved in the show, which is a great feeling. And honestly, both of these shows are so amazing to be a part of, and I can't wait for season 3 of Succession to come out and the Mighty Ducks to come out.
Well, after failing to make the cut to join the now powerhouse Mighty Ducks junior hockey team, 12-year-old Evan's mother encourages him to form a new team of underdogs with help from Gordon Bombay, the Ducks' original coach. You can see BHATIA on the ice in this one on Disney Plus, coming out this week. She's joining us on the line right now. All right, so you've written about the impact that Vice President Kamala Harris has had on you and the drive that her story fills you with. Let's talk about that. What was it about Kamala that really connected with you?
Honestly, there's so many things that she's inspired me about, and I think the whole struggle that she went through growing up, having immigrant parents, and coming from India to America, and the struggles she went through, where she had to, fight for her right to study and fight for her right to do a lot of things. And she's definitely broken barriers, and she's made history being the first Indian African-American woman vice president in America. And it's so empowering getting to see her be that public figure of America, the United States. And I think that's really impacted the acting industry, and lots of directors and writers and creators of shows are now thinking, how do we incorporate people that look like her into shows? Because I think that's super vital right now. And she's empowered not only the acting industry, but she's empowered people like me, just any girls, and especially girls of color, to really reach for their dreams, because she proved that you can really do anything. And she's given me the confidence to go after what I love and go after my acting career. Because before, I would always think, I hope I book this job. I hope I book this job. But now I have a mentality where I think, I know I can do this. I know I can do that. And she's just such an inspiring woman and everything she does, especially with charity work. I love giving back as much as I can. And I recently did something with Lollipop Theater where I read books to children in the hospital. And everything she does has inspired me to become a better person in many ways. And I hope she inspires other women like I know she does. And I hope my character on the Mighty Ducks inspires younger girls.
Well, not only your character, but you in general, you're so poised in front of the camera and you speak so, like, you just have a very, I'm not even sure how to describe it. You're just so well-spoken. And how old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
13 years old, my goodness. Okay, I was in a college public speaking class with individuals that don't speak quite as well as you do. Your comfort in front of the camera and your ability to speak is amazing. I wouldn't be surprised to see you take a career in politics as well. You could really do some things, I'm telling you. All right, so let's talk about some other people that may be inspiring you. So in addition to Kamala, who are some of the people that have had an impact on you and motivated you throughout your life?
Honestly, there's many women that have inspired me in my life. Priyanka Chopra is definitely somebody that inspires me. I've always been a big Bollywood fan, and just to see her come out of her stereotype being a Bollywood actor, and everybody saying that, oh, she's just a Bollywood actor, and coming to Hollywood and proving everybody wrong, and doing movies, writing her own books, writing her own stuff, and just doing everything on her own. I think she's an inspiring woman because she's really also proven people wrong, and she's come out of stereotypes. And also another Bollywood actor I look up to is Deepika Padukone, who I got the chance to work with, and I was an extra on a movie called Happy New Year, and she's such a beautiful girl, and she's so talented, and I love watching her in movies, and seeing her also come to Hollywood is super inspiring. But there's many women that I look up to. Also, the recently passed Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I think everything she did also to break barriers and fight for her right to study and also make history, everything she's done to give back, and everything she did at her age was crazy, that she kept working and fighting till she could, and that has inspired me to just keep going and never give up, because I'm sure everybody that I look up to has been rejected just as much as I have, and I just keep going and keep pushing.
Well, switching gears here a little bit, let's talk about the drums. You're a student at the School of Rock Montclair. Led you into a commercial with Questlove from The Tonight Show. Where did your love of drums come from?
Well, I've always loved music, I guess, and I started off as the dancer, and I've always, the music kind of came into that, and I started drumming at the age of 4, and my dad has actually always wanted to be a drummer. So I tried it out, and my first lesson didn't go well because I couldn't reach the drums.
Uh-oh.
So I was like,
how old were you?
I was 4 years old. So
naturally.
I was like, if I was too small to hit the drums, I can't do it. But then my head was like, I looked in the other room. I was like, that looks like my right size. I was like, oh, there's mini drums. No way. And, I got a mini drum kit and I started playing around, and everything just felt good because, you're hitting things without getting in trouble. What's better than that?
As a kid, what more could you want?
Exactly. It's like you're doing something you really get in trouble for and not getting in trouble. So it's awesome. I just love the whole form of drums, and I've done it ever since, and getting to play with Questlove that changed my drumming career forever. He is such an inspiring man, and getting to work with him was so amazing because we were working for a few hours, and I was just doing this one drum combo the entire time. And because when you're in a commercial for like YouTube or something, and it's going to be like a 1-minute commercial, yet you're working for like 5 hours, and then you get like 2 seconds in the commercial, but I don't even care about like if I was even in the commercial, but just the experience was everything. And I was just doing this simple combo, yet every time he'd make it better. So he was giving me corrections while I was doing it, and he was everything he said just changed my whole perspective of drumming as well, and he's a really good drummer as
a little bit. He's got a little bit of skill there.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, if you ever end up drumming in front of an audience, you're gonna have plenty of experience in front of a live audience already from your acting career. You've done some theater in New York City. Let's talk about that. On stage for Really Rosie, what was it like to perform theater in the Big Apple?
Oh, I absolutely love theater. Theater is something I grew up doing, and it's almost very similar to Bollywood with the whole idea of singing and dancing and acting and all the costumes and that whole deal. I think getting to film Really Rosie was so amazing. I was with a cast of so many talented people, and we still stay in touch to this day. We actually did a little Zoom thing the other day, which was really fun, a whole big reunion, and they're just such sweet people, and I loved getting to perform. I know it was such a quick thing because it was just an on-course, but to film, do our performance at City Center, which is such a big stage. It was so amazing, and there were actually a lot of family in the audience on like the first night. I had my whole family probably took up half of the theater, and one of the times Renee Elise Goldsberry actually came to watch it from Hamilton. She plays Angelica, and I am like the biggest Hamilton fan. And I remember at the finale, we all went in the audience and we sang, and she happened to be sitting right next to my parents, and she happened to be in the row that I had to come in and sing. So my parents were like, "Look here!" No way. I'm like, calm down. But I think they were yelling, but I was like, yeah, I see. I have to focus on my singing now. Okay. And it was either the opening or closing night, but she came to the opening or closing party, and she came up to me. She goes, "My kids just wanted to say that you did a great job." And I was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "Don't I know you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did a workshop where like theater people come in as like a guest and you ask them questions and stuff." So she happened to remember my one question because I was so young. I asked like a weird question. I was like, "What was it like being on Hamilton?" She was like, "It was good. It was nice." And then she like talked all about it. I'm like, that's the worst question to ask. But she happened to remember me. But she's such a sweet girl, and her kids actually went to the same ballet theater that I studied in, which is Alvin Ailey. And but Really Rosie was such a great experience, and I loved working with the whole cast and crew. And I still have my costume, which is really amazing, but it was a fun experience.
Well, only a few days left until the debut of Mighty Ducks Game Changers. You said your whole family was in the theater for you. You got any plans with them for watching the first release of the Mighty Ducks this week?
Yeah, this Friday I'm doing like a little gathering with like a family and few friends. All my a lot of the parents are vaccinated, and I'm gonna get tested, so everybody's gonna be safe. I'm gonna be wearing a mask, and it's gonna be like a little big room where we're gonna watch the show. And one of my castmates is gonna be there because he lives in Long Island, and we've been really close ever since. So we're just all like super excited to see it, and the whole family's so supportive. My phone is blowing up. It's nice, but I think we're all just super excited, and I can't wait for it to come out, and I'm excited to see what everybody thinks of it.
Well, we got to start winding down the interview here, so really quickly we have something called the Final Five. They're the last 5 questions of the interview. They're all about you in your life right at this moment. They are the who, what, when, where, and how of what you got going on right now. So the first question is, who do you speak with the most each day right now?
Besides my mother, my castmate Luke Islam, who plays Kubler in the show.
Very cool. Which item other than your phone do you use each day?
My refrigerator.
That's a good thing to have. All right. When did you know that you wanted to pursue acting full time?
I knew I wanted to pursue acting at the age of, well, probably the age I was born. But once my parents saw that I was like reenacting Bollywood scenes, they kind of put me into a dance class, and I kind of went from there. And I was 3 years old when I took my first dance class.
Where is your dream vacation?
Paris.
Oh, so good. I would love to see the Eiffel Tower one day. Final question for you. How do you define success?
Oh, how do I define success? I'd probably define success as reaching your passion and going after your passion, even if you don't win at something, and even if you don't make it, and which I'm sure you're going to make it, but just going after your passion and really going for what you love and doing what you love.